The Adventures of Sodor, The Early Years, Episode 7, 3 Happy Engines. At Vicarstown Sheds, Sir Topham Hatt arrived with Edward, Gordon, Winston, 98462 and 87546 being there. Gordon, said Sir Topham Hatt, you ought to take the express. Now, don't have any difficulties pulling it. That could mean trouble for the railway. And if it does, we might have a ton of trouble for the railway running until we can get the express on the go. Is that clear? Said Sir Topham Hatt. Yes, sir, said Gordon. This is the busiest time of the year, summer, so you have to make sure that the passengers have a wonderful time, which is why you have to try and not break down, Gordon, said Sir Topham Hatt. Yes, sir, said Gordon. Okay, Gordon, head off over to your express train then. Edward, may you shunt it, said Sir Topham. Yes, sir, said Edward. Okay, off you go, Gordon, said Sir Topham. Okay, sir, said Gordon. And Gordon steamed away. Gordon soon backed down onto his train. He had a thought in his head. What if I could break the speed record for the express, said Gordon. The record for the express train at the time was 70 miles per hour. Gordon wanted to break that. Driver, let's make this the fastest train to have ever ran on this railway, said Gordon, and make this go faster than our last express, which was at 70 miles per hour, wasn't it? Yes, said Gordon's driver. So when the guard's whistle blew, he steamed off and picked up speed fast. He said, as smooth as a goods train. He was quickly coming up to 70 miles per hour. His wheels were roaring as they raced down the line. When I reach Henry, I'll toot my whistle, he said. He was now just going over 70 miles per hour. Yes, we've broken the records, driver. Now let's go see how fast we can go, said Gordon. Yes, Gordon, said his driver, and they raced as fast as Gordon's wheels would let him. Let's see how much we can scare Henry when we reach the tunnel, said Gordon. Yes, if you want to, said his driver. They raced over the viaduct. The passengers were enjoying the fast and smooth ride. We're going up to the tunnel, driver. Let's blow our whistle at Henry, said Gordon. Okay, Gordon, if you say so, said his driver. Gordon was reaching the tunnel. Just as he was coming up to the tunnel, he heard Henry speaking to himself. Oh, why did I have to stay in the tunnel, said Henry. Why didn't I just go out in the rain? I guess it would have spoilt my paint, but why did I have to be put in the tunnel? I shouldn't have been such a silly engine, said Henry. Wish I could change things and go back in time and change things, said Henry. Then Gordon came racing to the tunnel. Hello, Henry! Gordon was about to whistle when his safety valve burst. What? Why am I slowing down? Why can't I whistle? You're not scaring me this time, said Henry, trying to hold in his laugh. No, said Gordon, as he came to a stop in the middle of the line. What happened? Said Gordon. You burst your safety valve, Gordon. You're not going anywhere, said his driver. But how am I supposed to get off the main line now if I'm not able to move? Said Gordon. That's what you have to figure out, said Henry. He couldn't hold it much longer and began to laugh. Oh, you stop laughing. If this happened to you, you'll be as angry as me right now, said Gordon. Sorry, Gordon, but it's just so funny you burst your safety valve while trying to break a record, said Henry. Gordon was not used to having going to that speed. He never really went that speed before, and he was not fully designed to get to that speed just yet. Remember, he's a prototype like you, Henry, said Gordon's driver. I know, said Henry, who's still trying to hold in his laugh. Now if I hear one more laugh from you, Henry, when you're let it out the tunnel and I'm fixed, I'll make sure to pull you across the island, said Gordon. Okay, said Henry, trying to hold in his laugh now. I won't. Good, said Gordon. Now can someone help me, said Gordon. I'm stuck on this main line and no one's coming, said Gordon. What's going on, said Sir Topham Hatt. Nothing, Sir Topham. Just me broken down with my safety valve, said Gordon. Oh dear, said Sir Topham Hatt. This is another Henry case, isn't it? Said Sir Topham Hatt. Probably. At least I'm not going to be trying to force myself to stay stuck in the tunnel like Henry. Henry was still smiling. Sir Topham, can you phone the engine sheds and send an engine? Said Gordon. Okay, Gordon, if you say so, said Sir Topham. He went over to the brake coach, and he called the station master at Rickettstown to go and bring Edward. Soon Edward was sent on his way. Well, not as fast as Gordon. He was rushing to the scene as fast as he could go. Come on, driver, come on, said Edward. We've got to help Gordon, he's broken down, said Edward. We know, said his driver. Okay, said Edward. He soon came up to the tunnel and easy, where he could hear Gordon and Henry talking to each other. Oh, them two, said Edward. Have no fear, Edward, dear, said Edward. Oh, good, said Sir Topham Hatt. I need you to help bring the express coaches off this line, said Sir Topham, and off the line and push Gordon through the tunnel, and then try and pull the express coaches. Can you do that? Said Sir Topham. Of course, said Edward. Ready, Gordon? Said Edward. Ready as I'll ever be, said Gordon. Help me, will you? Said Edward. Okay, said Gordon. So Gordon slightly helped Edward as much as he could to get Edward moving the express. Gordon, will you be able to manage? Said Edward. Once you are off this line, said Edward. I hope so, said Gordon. If not, I'll have to get pushed by the passengers, and that's not a good image for us, said Gordon. Don't worry, said Edward. Soon they got the express coaches and Gordon off the line. Gordon was uncoupled from his train, and the passengers pushed him over to Henry. "Hello, Henry," said Gordon as he was getting pushed. They soon came to a stop. "Hello, Gordon," said Henry. "Right, these express coaches will have to get on the move now," said Edward. So Edward steamed along the coaches. "Ah, there's the coaches. Hello, Gordon. Only coming to switch lines," said Edward. "Okay, Edward," said Gordon. Soon, Edward slowly and gently and carefully backed up to the express coaches. "You all ready?" said Edward. "Yes, we are, said the express coaches. "And pull," said Edward. He was pulling as hard as he could, but the coaches would not move. "Ah!" said Edward. As hard as he tried, the coaches just wouldn't move. Then Sir Topham Hatt came. "Edward, weren't you able to be able to pull these kinds of coaches back in your day?" said Sir Topham. "Yes, I did, sir," said Edward. "But unfortunately, my age is beginning to catch up with me. My parts are getting a bit old and broken. I'm not able to pull this kind of train like I would have back like a couple years ago," said Edward. "Maybe you should try getting Henry out the tunnel. He could help, all the other engines are busy." "That would be a good idea, Edward, but he would take a long time to get back into work in order," said Sir Topham. "Keep on trying," said Sir Topham. "Okay," said Edward. He tried again and again, but just couldn't move. "Oh, I'll have to tell the station master that it's delayed." But before Sir Topham Hatt went over to tell the station master that the train was delayed, he went over to Gordon. "Gordon, is there any other options to get the train back running on time?" said Sir Topham. "No, not unless you can't get Henry out the tunnel like Edward said Gordon. Seems that Henry needs to come out the tunnel if we're going to get this train working. Henry?" "Oh, yes, sir, said Henry. "May you please come out the tunnel? We need some help. I'll get to your driver and fireman, don't worry. We can get your firebox burning and get you over to Tidmouth," said Sir Topham. "Oh, yes, sir," said Henry. "What?" said Gordon. No, I didn't actually mean to get him out the tunnel. It was just a joke," said Gordon. "But this is the only way to get him back, to get your express back on track, Gordon," said Sir Topham Hatt. "Oh, okay, fine," said Gordon. So Henry's driver and fireman came and lit up a nice fire for him. "Oh, that does feel better, said Henry. "Okay, Henry," said Sir Topham Hatt, "we'll begin to take down this wall. For now, go over to the nearest turntable and make sure to stretch out your wheels while getting there, because you're going to have a very long run, and any stops in the run will make things run even longer than it should be. Okay, Henry?" said Sir Topham. "Okay," said Henry. He began to move. He was covered in cobwebs and dust from the tunnel. "Oh, I'm stiff. Oh, this is stiff. I really need to get my wheels stretched out, don't I, driver?" said Henry. "You do," said Henry. "But I'm glad to be out the tunnel," said Henry. "Me too," said his driver. Soon Henry had turned around and stretched his wheels and ended up and came up to Edward, coupling up with a bit of a rough couple. "Ow, Henry! You're not usually that with a coupling, said Edward. Sorry, Edward, haven't pulled a train in months, let alone an engine, said Henry. Oh, that's okay. I can't blame you for being rough, said Edward. But, sir, before we head off, may I ask you something, said Henry. Yes, said Sir Topham. What will happen to Gordon? It's going to be very dangerous leaving him on the line, especially since the wall's nearly removed, said Henry. Oh, you're right. We can't just leave Gordon on the line. That would not be suitable. What if an engine crashes into him? Yes, what if an engine crashes into him? Said Topham. I have an idea, but I don't think Gordon will like it. Henry, may you go and be put back at the back of the train? Is everyone aboard? Said Henry. The passengers said yes. Right, said Henry. You ready, Edward? Said Henry. Yes, I am, as ready as I'll ever be. Not me, said Gordon. In 3, 2, 1. And the train began to move. It's working, said Henry. The train of 3 engines and 4 express coaches was finally moving. We're doing it, Edward, we're doing it, said Henry. I know, Henry, I know, said Edward. They soon began to pick up some speed. Hooray for us! Hooray for us! Said Henry. Yes, hooray for us! Said Edward. Sir Topham had just began to wave his hat to them, but he did it just as they came out the tunnel, and it flew out into a field to a goat, who ate it. We're doing it, Edward, we're doing it, said Henry. We are, said Edward. They soon arrived at Tidmouth. As they slowly came into the station, the 3 engines were happy that they were able to get the train over to Tidmouth, even if there were some casualties. Henry slowly pulled up to the platform, along with Edward, the coaches, and of course, Gordon. Oh, this was a nice run, wasn't it, Edward? Said Henry. It was, said Edward. We must do it again sometime when we get to, said Edward. I quite agree, said Henry. Then Sir Topham Hatt came up to Henry. Henry, that was really useful for you saving Gordon and helping Edward today, said Sir Topham. Well, thank you, sir, said Henry. And for that, I have a surprise for you at the works. Make sure to bring Edward and Gordon. They need some repairs. Gordon's repairs will take the longest. For you, however, Henry, I have a surprise for you there, said Sir Topham. A surprise for me? Said Henry. Yes, make sure to bring Gordon and Edward with you. Okay, said Sir Topham. Okay, looking forward to the surprise, said Henry. And I can't wait to see the expression on your face when you get to see it, said Sir Topham, as the engines steamed away. Henry, Edward and Gordon were at the works. Gordon had to have some new parts for his safety valve. Edward was getting some new parts to make him stronger. And Henry, well, he got his surprise. A paint job for me? Said Henry. Yes, it is, said Sir Topham. Some new paint for you. You do look a bit ridiculous with those cobwebs and that dust, Henry, said Sir Topham. I know, said Henry. And good thing you didn't get sick on the trip. If you did, that would bring a ton of problems, said Sir Topham. It would, said Henry. Anyway, said Sir Topham, The people will get to see painting you. Ah, I'm looking forward to that, said Henry. Yes, you will, said Sir Topham. So the workmen got to work, scraping off Henry's old green paint job. Then they gave him his pink undercoat. Oh, pink isn't really my colour, but it's only an undercoat, said Henry. And then they finished off his entire paint job with blue paint. Henry's blue paint job was soon complete. Edward and Gordon looked on as Henry was asleep. They knew he would enjoy his new paint job, and they also knew that they were happy to have him back on the rails.